out here at dark 30. Gonna fire up the 250, load some chip trailers. I'm not exactly sure how much raking or cleaning up we're gonna be able to do, because yeah, it's pretty much a mess out here. We're gonna try and get stuff like that up, you know. But the main thing for the day is loading mulch trailers. Gonna be a slow motion kind of day. Oh, man. Gonna check her all though real quick. Oh, britch a leg technique. Alright, we're ready to fire this puppy up. We can get down without busting anything. Oh! Yeah. Yeah. Let's bump them numbers up a little bit. Let's bump them numbers up a little bit. It is cold. Make sure my seat warmer is on. Now we're gonna let this thing warm up for a little bit. And so like I said, we're gonna try and clean up a little bit. Yeah, y'all can see it. There's just standing water out there everywhere. We had a heavy rain day before yesterday. I actually couldn't work yesterday, but we're gonna try and do a little something. All right, let's hop out here. I want to show y'all something. So this is what we're working with. My main objective is to get this mulch pile back here loaded up with in a mulch trailer. So we're waiting on Had to wait for the ambulance to go by. We're waiting on a truck to come get that mulch pile back there. But while I'm waiting, I'm gonna go through and rake up this hill. Probably not gonna venture out there unless I just run out of stuff to do, because I don't want to make a bigger mess than what I have to. But this is what I'm trying to do. This is what I want the end product to look like. This is a pile of debris that is going to be run through the grinder over there, and I'm having to rake it up out of mud pretty much. And this is not ideal at all, but this is already a swamp, and we've had constant rain, or enough rain to prevent it from drying out. So I'm having to go through here and rake with the rake here and get this big stuff out as much as I can without getting a bunch of mud in this. You do not want mud going through your grinder. It just wears everything out super fast. So again, like I've said in the other videos, I'm new to this stuff, so I'm still learning. Today's a really slow day. The primary thing is the chip trucks. That's why I have time to come out here and kind of chit chat with y'all and show you what I'm trying to do, just so maybe it can help some other new operators. But ideally you want this to be dry, and the drier it is, the easier you're going to be able to rake this stuff out. You're going to be able to keep it clean. You're going to be able to go faster. Today I'm not going to be able to go fast because I'm just trying to keep mud out of this stuff. But this is what I want the end pile to look like. There's no mud right here. This is just material that can go through the grinder. The wad that I have right now, it is not big, but it is clean. So like I said, today is not going to be a race. It is just trying to get as much clean material as possible. That little bit of stuff you see right there, that's the bottom of a root ball, so that is a little bit of mud. But if you do get some mud in it, you kind of just throw it at the base of your pile. That way you can kind of sift through it again. What I'm having to watch out for also is giant things like that, just giant slabs of concrete. I don't know what was out here previously. We are in the middle of a city, and it's getting ready for development. So I'm not sure what was all out here in these woods, but it was not clean. Oh man. Man, you want to talk about knowing how out of shape you are? Climbing up and in and out of the cab. I had to show you real quick. But I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to show y'all how I'm raking. And again, I'm not an expert, not trying to come across as an expert, just showing you how I'm doing it, how I think it's supposed to go in these muddy conditions, pretty much. But normally you would just rake up into a big pile and then carry that pile to your main pile, or have somebody else come and grab it with another machine. But I'm here by myself today, so it's just me kind of cleaning up the best that I can. But that's generally what we're looking for right there, is that kind of clean material. And we're just gonna throw it down right there, and I'm gonna track out here and rake up a little bit more. Now all of this has been raked multiple times. It's been raked multiple times, and it's still, you can see material. If this was dry ground, it wouldn't be this dirty still. You would be able to rake it up a lot cleaner than this. But we've been out here so much in the excavators and the skidder and everything, bringing the trees up, and like I said, we've already raked this we've been over this several times. A lot of this stuff is broken up into little bitty pieces that this rake is not going to be able to scratch up. So I'm pretty much coming out here trying to get the big stuff that's left without getting a bunch of mud in it. And I'm going to try and show y'all the little technique that I'm using. And again, I'm not an expert. I'm new to this. I've been told it just needs to be clean. So that's how I'm trying to do it. But also, I don't know if you can see or not, but I'm only tracking in one spot back and forth. No, I'm not turning a bunch. I'm staying in one line back and forth to my pile back there, trying not to push down any more material. Like I said, the more you run over this, obviously the more it's going to get pushed into the ground. And then the dirt crew, when they come in to strip all this, they're going to be left with that stuff, and that's just going to be a headache on them. So let me kind of show you what I'm trying to do here with this rake. And we'll go from there. Let's see if I can hold this thing and rake at the same time. It's going to be tricky. But there's some material out there, and I'm just trying to barely put my teeth into the mud, into the soil. You see that you start getting a big wad. Now this is really bad because I'm trying to hold the camera at the same time. But you're just trying to skim the top of this to get this stuff out. And that's just a bunch of dirt right there. I'm just trying to give y'all an example. There's some stuff in there, but not a whole lot. Let me get my rake cowl on it, and then I'll show y'all. And just like that. All right, now we're gonna step out again. That way I can kind of show you what I'm looking for in the cab and what I'm trying to do. All right, so with this rake right here, it is curled. It's kind of cupped. You see that? So I'm trying to get up under the material without getting into the mud and without getting up chunks of concrete. There's chunks of concrete all through here. There's tires all through here. Like I said, I'm not sure what this was, but it looks like a community dump site. But trying to get material that can go through the grinder without getting material that does not need to go through the grinder. And there's a giant pile of mess right there. But that's pretty much what I'm looking for from the cab. I want my rake to be just like that, picking up the bigger stuff like this, and I'll get it into a little pile, and then I will grab it up and take it to the main pile. Yeah, if it was dry, you could get a little more aggressive with it and go a little further below the surface, raking up material. But right now, with it being so muddy, I'm just having to skim the top of it. So I'm gonna put y'all on the mount and show y'all me scratching around out here a little bit. Hopefully show y'all some video of me loading a trailer whenever it shows up. And then that's gonna be it. Not a long video, just kinda what I got going on today. wouldn't get in too big of a hurry on days like today, but and we wasn't in that big of a hurry today anyways. But when you're trying to get this stuff up in the mud, especially a new guy like myself, slower is better. If you get in a rush and you just pile in a bunch of mud, and your pile may be big, but you just got to break it all down again and spread it out and re-rake it, and you're just using up a bunch of time, fuel, and wear and tear on your machine. Just trying to do some extra here, guys. I was told to come over here and wait for mulch truck to get here, but can't just sit still. So just trying to do a little cleanup. Boss man said that I might be able to do a little bit, but if it's too swampy, not to fool with it. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to try and go out there in the middle unless these trucks just end up taking forever, because I don't want to cause more problems. I'm out here by myself today, so the last thing I want to do is get this thing stuck and then have to call somebody else off for something that's more important. On a slow motion today, on slow motion. As soon as I turn this camera off, I'm gonna get the tunes going. I just picked up a rock, chunk that back. I don't want that. As soon as I turn the camera off, I'm gonna get the tunes going, and just take it easy. Almost lunchtime. We'll be doing that in a little bit. If you've done this before, tell me down in the comments how long you've been into land clearing and stuff, and give me some tips. I want some tips on how to get better. Tell me how long you've been doing it. Good things you've learned over the years. Tell it all. Tell it all. I just grabbed a good one there. That one was completely under the mud. We pulled it out. But I'm gonna keep on doing this. I ain't gonna run the video very long. I'm gonna let it go a little bit just to get some more footage, and I'll probably